If you keep waiting to become your future self and not actually act like your future self, it's never gonna happen. And to be real, that's extremely backwards to wait to become them instead of actually acting like them to become them. I had to catch myself in real moments and not in just theory. Like, it's really easy to say, I want this, I want to become that, but not actually do anything that that person would actually do. It's like wishing on a star that isn't there. Because there were moments where I said I wanted this different life and I wanted to be that girl, but my decisions, how I used my spare time, who I hung around, what I did, my thoughts and habits, none of that reflected this girl I wanted to be. Most people are trying to build a new life, but are still making decisions and choices like the person from the old life. And that just don't fit, like it don't work. So today I am bringing to you 3 pillars that are going to help adjust your mindset so that way you can start acting on this new person you want to be. So let's start breaking these down. Number 1 is going to be waiting for motivation and confidence. Number 2 is staying loyal to the current or the old identity. And number 3, separating who you are from what you do. This first one, that is a robber in plain sight, waiting for motivation or confidence. Oh, I'll do it when I feel ready. Right now it's not the right time. I don't have everything I need. I don't know what to do. I don't want to be an imposter. I'm not delusional. That is the very way to stay exactly where you are right now, is believing in all those things. First of all, y'all know how I feel about motivation. Motivation is a fake friend, okay? We do not need motivation here because motivation is going to leave your ass high and dry and you're going to feel like you put in effort and it's not paying off because you couldn't stick to it because the motivation wasn't there, present in the room. Let's let go of the motivation hype because there is no hype when it comes to motivation. And as you know, I always mention this, confidence is built. It is not a feeling. It is a skill. It is something that you develop over time when you practice something over and over and over and over and over again. And in order for you to practice something, you have to actually do it, right? Another thing is feeling like you need more discipline. The discipline comes in you actually taking action and doing it. Discipline just doesn't wake up and crawl up on you and say, hey, I'm here. Discipline is in your hands. How often you choose to participate in the activities that are going to make you better and the habits that are going to be nourishing to you becoming this person, that determines your discipline level. So if you're not waking up every day doing these things, you have no discipline because you don't really want them. Are you following me here? Okay? Because if you want something, you're going to do it. You're going to do everything that you want to do to make that happen. That's the difference between thinking and wishing something happens and actually making something happen based on your actions and what you choose to do. So to wrap this one up, your future self does not wait to feel ready. They move regardless. Waiting will keep you in your current identity and time passes by regardless if you make a move or not. Number 2, staying loyal to that current identity that does not serve you anymore. That means still thinking like the old version, still making those comfortable choices and decisions, negotiating your comfort zone, doing everything that old version does still to this day in this time. In order for you to become a new person, the habits and the choices, they have to change. They have to. That is the only way to get you there, is making new decisions. But decisions based off of this new person's life, the life that you envision for this new version of you, you have to make decisions like them. What's the phrase? What would Jesus do? We're going to do what would the new version of you do. If you want the change, you have to stop choosing things that feel familiar, okay? Because familiarity is that old version, all right? You have to start making these decisions that you don't know about, these decisions that don't feel familiar, Lord. We are no longer being loyal to that old version of ourselves, at least in that aspect, okay? Now let's get into number 3, because there's no reason why you should separate who you are from what you want to do. Now, this is where imposter syndrome and the delulu-ness plays a big part, because if you start acting as if you are this already, it is going to eventually happen. Instead of saying I'll become that later, or when I have enough knowledge, or when I have enough growth, embody that now. Be that thing now. If you want to be an actress, start acting now. Act your ass off right now. Before anyone puts you on a set, before anyone decides that they want to use you for a role, claim that you're an actor, you're an actress. If you want to be a singer, you are a singer, okay? And you can sing. Claim that now. I am an artist who makes music. Same for me. I wanted to be a creator. I wanted to be a YouTuber. And it got to a point where I started to claim myself as a YouTuber. And guess what? I'm a YouTuber. So you need to not separate yourself from what it is you truly want to do. You embody that by saying it now. Despite what anyone else around you thinks or believes, what they think and believe does not matter. That's their world. We are focused on your world and what you see every day, what you create every day, and what you choose to do every day. Because that's what we got control over. We don't got control over what nobody else believes. So I need you to start being that person right now. No more separation. Because every action you take is a vote to who you are. So if your actions don't match, neither will your identity. Let's get into this reframing. The key today, your future self is not a destination. It's not something you're waiting on a plan to land at. It is not something that you wait for, because if you wait, you will be waiting forever. Your future self is a set of decisions that you start making right now today. Small, teensy-weensy decisions that compound into a massive change. So walk with me on this one. Your future self has standards, and we are going to start living to those standards now. So that means how they spend their time, what they tolerate, and what they prioritize. That future self does not move based on their mood. They move based on the standards that you set right now today. And the standards, they show up in small moments, like getting up when you said you were going to get up, not entertaining distractions, whether it be social media, your friends and family, and having boundaries. And the last thing is still following through when things can be an inconvenience, because now it's time to make decisions differently. That version of you, they don't ask, what do I feel like doing? They're not asking that. They're asking, what needs to get done and how can I get this done in the most effective and efficient way as possible without stopping. They're also asking, what aligns, what feels right, what is calling me, what is true to who I am and this person that I am becoming. Because the reality, your current self chooses comfort and your future self is choosing alignment. So once you start to align, you're becoming your future self in the moment. And I also need you to understand that they respond to discomfort differently as well. Even through the anxiety, the hesitation, the doubt, the gut feelings, everything of that nature, your future self is still pushing through and still going and not letting that be the end all to their success. Remember, that feeling that you get, that discomfort, that is letting you know where you stand in this path. Okay? It means keep going. It means you are at the thresh of something new, something unfamiliar, but it's going to be great. You just got to keep going. Okay? You know I'm a teacher, right? You know what time it is. It is time for homework. All right. It's time. And I can tell in these comments if you've been doing your homework. I can tell by what you choose to say in the comments. Lets me know if you've been doing your homework or not. Now, this week's homework is the future self filter. Okay. Let's get into it. So I got 3 steps that I would like for you to follow. Step 1 is pause before any big decision making. Okay. Take a deep breath before you decide whether if it's in front of someone or not. Take a moment to pause and honor yourself before you make your decision. Step 2, ask, what would your future self do? Okay, what would they do in this moment? And step 3, do it. Make a move. Whatever your answer is, do it before you start to doubt, have fear or anxiety. And even if it feels uncomfortable, all right, you still got to do it. Let me give you a few examples so that way you can understand this a little bit better. So scrolling versus working, skipping the gym versus showing up. I need to hear this because I just told myself I wasn't going to the gym today because I didn't feel like it, but I need to go to the gym today. Overthinking versus taking actions. Okay, do not let that mind spiral into every reason why you shouldn't. Just do it. Now, you know I like to always leave you with something. All right, I'm going to hold your hand. Some of you have a clear vision of who and what you want to be, but you're just not willing to move like that version yet because you feel like you need to wait or you're not ready. And that's the gap. It's not your potential. It's your decisions. It's what you're choosing to do today. Because at some point, you have to stop admiring your future self and you have to start becoming them and embodying who they actually are. That is the only way to become them. Now, if you are ready to build that future self, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. This is the best way to stay aligned with who you are becoming and where you are going. And I'm a friend that holds you accountable in the most safest, gentle way. This space is for you, okay? And I'm proud of you for being here. Now, like I always say, okay, I see you and I see what you're doing for yourself. And I'm proud of you. I always nudge you in the right direction. So with that being said, I need you to what? Keep going, keep growing, and keep glowing. Okay? Peace.